Imagine a dark room filled with shelves of unsolved cases that may not have been looked at in years. Now imagine taking those cases off the shelf and bringing them into the light. The goal of this channel is to shed some new light on those dark cold cases on a state-by-state basis. Thus, welcome to Dark Cold State. Today's true crime cold cases are from the state of Texas. Our first cold case is the murder of Stanley Cohen. The date was Sunday, March 3rd, 2002, and the location was the S&S Auto Parts store located at 3401 Miller Avenue in Fort Worth, Texas. The store was owned by 51-year-old Stanley Cohen, and friends remember him as a man who was always eager to help people in need and never thinking about the danger. Stanley always had a kind word and a smile to give to all. At about 6:40 p.m. on that Sunday evening, a customer found Stanley lying unresponsive in a pool of blood. When the police arrived, they found that the business had been ransacked and that there were indications of a violent struggle. They located Stanley inside the business, and it was later found he had died of gunshot wounds. Police state that it appears that the crime took place shortly after the business had closed at approximately 1 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. It is noted that an undetermined amount of money, a revolver, and one of the business trucks, a blue Dodge Ram, was stolen from the business. The truck was later found in the parking lot of the Minyards food store located at the intersection of East Berry Street and Miller Avenue in Fort Worth, Texas. Anyone with information regarding the murder of Stanley Cohen is asked to contact the Fort Worth Crime Stoppers hotline at 817-469-8477 and reference case number 02157448. Our next cold case is the case of Duc Jason Tran. Duc was born July 19, 1979, in Vietnam and was a longtime resident of Arlington, Texas. Duc was employed by Elite Nails as a talented nail technician in Decatur, Texas, and was loved by his customers. However, at some point, Duc was reported missing from the Arlington area. On May 8, 2003, Duc's body was found on a bridge at the West Fork of the Trinity River located at 5700 East 1st Street. It was later determined that Duc had died because of a gunshot wound. Do you have any information that could help law enforcement in this case? Even the most trivial item could be the key to solving a cold case. If you have any information on the homicide of Duc Jason Tran, please contact the Fort Worth Crime Stoppers hotline at 817-469-8477 and reference case number 03051118. Our last true crime cold case for this week is Cynthia Punkin Miles. On May 14, 2003, 23-year-old Cynthia was found deceased inside her apartment. She lived with her two small children in the Regency apartment complex located at 2121 Hanley Drive in Fort Worth, Texas. Authorities believe that Cynthia had been murdered in front of her children 1 or 2 days prior to her being found. It was later determined that Cynthia's cause of death was strangulation. If you have any information on the homicide of Cynthia Punkin Miles, please contact the Fort Worth Crime Stoppers hotline at 817-469-8477 or the Fort Worth Police Department at 817-392-4222 and reference case number 03053868. If you have a cold case or a missing person cold case that you would like to see featured on this channel, please suggest in the comments below or email me the information. There are also many unidentified remains found in each state. If you have not already done so, please consider getting DNA testing completed where the DNA results are shared with law enforcement so that the possibility of identifying any unknown remains is increased.